Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Criminolly, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today, 80s trash, classic detectives and appalling horror. It's my weekly wrap-up. So I just wanted to start by saying that the growth of the channel continues to be rapid at the moment, to put it mildly. So if you are one of the people who has joined the channel recently, welcome. Thank you very much for subscribing. Do have a look around and see if there's other stuff to enjoy. This is one of my weekly videos where I talk about what I've been reading this week and also talk a bit about the kind of videos that have been up on the channel and what's going to be coming in the week ahead. So it will give you a bit of a flavour for the kind of stuff you can find on the channel. But yeah, hopefully you'll find something that you like. So in terms of the books I've read this week, then, so 4 books this week, which is actually a bit less than normal for me. It's been a really busy week at work. And it's been busy with channel stuff as well, so lots and lots of comments to reply to and things like that. So yeah, slightly less reading time this week, but I've read some good stuff anyway. So the first book I finished, which I was reading when I filmed my weekly wrap-up last week, was Lost Horizon by James Hilton, which is like a 30s kind of adventure fantasy type book. About some people whose plane goes down and they discover Shangri-La, so a mystical place where people seem to live forever. So it was quite entertaining. It was definitely it had a nice vintage adventure type vibe to it. I read that for MJ at Reading This Life, so her channel was doing a read along of it, and it was fun, and it was nice to discuss it with people in her Discord as well. So yeah, that was the first book I finished, which was quite entertaining. After that, I read something which couldn't have been more different, really. So Poking Holes by Juan Valencia. So Juan, as you may know, is the host of the channel Plagued by Visions, which is an absolutely fantastic channel, and you should definitely check out if you haven't already. So this is Juan's first short story collection, and it was very, very good. So I won't talk too much about it because I am going to do a full review, which will probably go up this week. But I really, really liked it. It comes with multiple trigger warnings. It's very dark and very challenging and very disturbing at times, but a really good mix of kind of subgenres to the different stories. Some really interesting kind of commentary on social issues and things like that, as well as really good kind of imaginative stories. So I really, really liked it. After that, I read book 8 of the Survivalist series, The End Is Coming by Jerry Ahern. So working my way through this series at the moment. They are very cheesy 80s kind of men's adventure type books about this guy, John Rourke, trying to survive in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of America after the Third World War. He has been kind of throughout the books trying to get back to his family, and in this book he finally gets back to his family. In the meantime, he's kind of started a relationship with this Russian spy, and pleasingly for him, his wife turns out to be totally cool with it, which was a bit ridiculous, but she's like, yeah, fine, I get it. But yeah, loads of really good action. I mean, it is pure 80s cheese, but I really, really like these books a lot. After that, I read Farewell, My Lovely by Raymond Chandler from this Love Your America collection. So the second of the Philip Marlowe books. I really enjoyed this. So the prose at times is just sparkling. It's so good. He does that hard-boiled style of writing just so perfectly. And the plot of this one is really good as well. So it's a bit simpler than the plot of The Big Sleep, which, to be honest with you, I found a bit too complicated. The plot on this one is simpler. There's a fantastic twist towards the end, which made me kind of go, even though when I look back I should have guessed it. But it was very well handled. But yeah, the standout for me in this book is the quality of that hard-boiled writing. It's such fun to read. I just enjoy. I'm one of those people I'm much more of a story person than a prose person. But Chandler's writing I just absolutely love. That said, this book does have a lot of period racism, so it's very racist at times. There isn't a non-white character who doesn't come in for some sort of criticism for some supposed trait of their race, to the extent that even like non-Anglo-Saxon characters do. So there's like Italian characters, and he's even racist against them. So yeah, that is definitely quite distasteful. But aside from that, a really fantastic book. And I'm currently reading on my Kindle this book, Patricia Wants to Cuddle by Samantha Ahern. Can you see that? There we go. Which is a Bigfoot book, but really entertaining. So it is written like the premise for it is that there's like this reality TV show like The Bachelor or something like that, with this group of women and one guy, and they're with the film crew on this island, but there's like a Sasquatch there as well. So it's very scathing in its analysis of reality TV, but just really entertaining as well. And the kind of horror elements are being nicely teased out. So this was recommended by Eve at the channel Horror and Inconvenience. I'll put a link to her channel in the description for the video. Well worth checking out if you like horror. So yeah, that's what I have read. In the week ahead, I think I will probably pick up certainly these two books. So Only Child by Jack Ketchum, which I think was published in the States as Stranglehold. So this is another kind of group read. So Juan at Played by Visions, his kind of Patreon/Discord group are doing a group read of this. And I really like Jack Ketchum, so yeah, looking forward to that. And then also I'm reading through the Elric of Melnimaday books by Michael Moorcock. So I've got the second, well, it's not the second in terms of publication order, but it's the second in terms of like chronological order, if that makes sense, which is The Fortress of the Pearl from the late 80s, which I haven't read before. So yeah, looking forward to reading that. So I think I'll probably give that a try this week as well. And in terms of like stuff on the channel, so in the last week I did a book tag video, so the book snacks tag, which was quite fun. I did done a couple of review videos this week, so I did a double review of a couple of independent horror novels, Dog Meat by Patricia and The Forsaken Boy by Troy Craddock, both of which I really liked. I did a couple of another review video where I reviewed a couple of crime novels by black authors. So Inner City Hoodlum by Donald Goines and A Rage in Harlem by Chester Himes, both of which again I really enjoyed. I did an unboxing video for the Abominable Book Club horror subscription box, and I did an Ask Criminale, which is just like a series of videos where I just answer questions from subscribers. So yeah, all of that's happened in the last week, and then in the week ahead I'm going to do a review of this book, The Rats by James Herbert. I'll also be doing a review of Juan's book, Breaking Holes. I'm going to do a review on a new kind of project I'm setting myself to read disturbing books. So the video that's kind of blown up for me over the last couple of weeks is a review of a book called Notice by Heather Lewis, which I think at the moment is the most disturbing book I've ever read. So many people have suggested books that they consider to be the most disturbing books they've read in the comments for that video, and I've purchased a bunch of them. I'm going to work my way through those, so I'm going to do a video where I talk about that, and I'll do a tag video as always. And something, I haven't decided what I'm going to do on Friday yet, but I will do something on Friday as well. So yeah, that's what has been on the channel in the last week and what's coming in the week ahead. Okay, time for a random book from the shelves. So if you're new to the channel, this is something I try and do on every video. Just pluck a random book from the shelves behind me and talk about it. So today I've got A Day Like Today by John Humphreys. So John Humphreys is a very well-respected British journalist and broadcaster, and for a long time presented a daily news show on the radio called Today. So this is kind of his memoirs, and I was at the moment, given the level of turmoil in British politics, I'm listening to Today every morning just to find out what the hell's going to happen next, because it's been absolutely bonkers. So yeah, I'm interested in reading this at some point just to kind of get the inside track on what it's like to work on a show like Today. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. Do let me know what you've been reading this week. Let me know if you've read any of the books I've talked about. And as always, hope you're safe and well out there. Hope you're reading good stuff. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.